You're listening to an African Elements top news story for July 12, 2025. Please visit our website at africanelements.org for more daily news. Turkey is working to ease tensions between Somalia and Ethiopia, a dispute that has raised concerns across the Horn of Africa. High-level meetings in Ankara highlight the urgency of finding a peaceful resolution. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan hosted Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, focusing on strengthening ties and regional cooperation amid escalating tensions, primarily due to a controversial port access agreement. The disagreement stems from a January 2024 deal between Ethiopia and Somaliland, which promises Ethiopia access to a 20-kilometer stretch of coastline in exchange for potential international recognition of Somaliland. Somalia views this deal as a violation of its sovereignty, considering Somaliland an integral part of its territory. This situation has drawn in regional and international players seeking to prevent further destabilization in the fragile region. Ethiopia's agreement to lease 20 kilometers of coastline from Somaliland is intended for a naval facility, providing crucial sea access. Since Eritrea's independence in 1993, Ethiopia has relied on Djibouti for its port needs, paying approximately $1.5 billion annually in port fees. This cost has driven Ethiopia to seek alternative access to the sea, making the deal with Somaliland strategically significant. Somaliland, which unilaterally declared independence from Somalia in 1991, has not received international recognition despite its effective governance. Ethiopia's recognition would legitimize Somaliland's claim to statehood and set a precedent. Somalia opposes the deal, viewing it as a profound violation of its sovereignty, and considers any agreement Somaliland makes with a foreign state as an infringement on its rights. In response, Somalia accused Ethiopia of attempting to annex part of its territory. Somali President Mohamud stated that his country would defend itself if Ethiopia proceeded with the agreement. Somalia expelled the Ethiopian ambassador and shut down Ethiopian consulates in April 2024. Public opposition in Somalia has been significant, with protests against the Ethiopia-Somaliland port deal in January 2024. Somalia is rallying international opposition to the deal, emphasizing that it undermines national unity and international legal standing. Turkey has stepped in as a mediator, with Erdogan meeting separately with Mohamud and Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in December 2024. Turkey began mediating talks in July 2024, stating that tensions could end if Ethiopia's access to the seas is secured, contingent upon recognizing Somalia's territorial integrity. The Somali and Ethiopian foreign ministers were scheduled to meet in Ankara to discuss the disagreements. Turkey's involvement underscores its growing influence in the Horn of Africa, a region important for trade and security. The dispute has implications for broader regional dynamics, with President Mohamud seeking regional support against the deal. Eritrea's leader Isaias Afewerki, once an ally of Abiy Ahmed, has seen relations with Ethiopia deteriorate, adding complexity to the regional power play. The crisis risks empowering al-Shabaab, which opposes the memorandum and threatens to attack Ethiopia and Somaliland. The United Arab Emirates may also play a role, having cordial relations with both Ethiopia and Somaliland. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi recently met with Mohamud, pledging military cooperation and support for Red Sea maritime security, highlighting broader geopolitical interests. The port deal has ignited powerful reactions in Somalia, leading to widespread protests and unified opposition. The Somali government faces immense public pressure to reject any mediation that does not uphold its territorial integrity. Somalia has rejected overtures from international partners for mediation, stressing its position is non-negotiable. In Ethiopia, the deal is perceived as a diplomatic success, fulfilling a strategic need for sea access. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has described sea access as essential for Ethiopia's economic development. Despite Turkey's mediation efforts, no breakthrough has been reached in negotiations. Initial talks aim to resolve the dispute, but the path to resolution remains unclear. The status of talks beyond December 2024 and outcomes of planned negotiations for early 2025 are not public, leaving questions about progress or potential stalemate. The international community is urging both sides to find a peaceful solution that respects international law and regional stability. Ongoing diplomatic efforts highlight the complexities of balancing Ethiopia's need for sea access with Somalia's commitment to territorial integrity. Copyright African Elements.